So I'm the only thing standing between you and the drinks downstairs, so I'll try to move through quickly. This evening I'd like to introduce you to our product, EcoPulse, and also talk to you about our aim of closing the loop on water quality. So groundwater quality is a serious issue. It's susceptible to a lot of threats. I mean, there could be septic tank effluent, agricultural and industrial runoff, or even natural disasters like floods can affect groundwater quality. And we have no practical way of measuring this at the moment. So it leads to ecological disasters and people get sick. And we just don't know about it until it's too late. So if you're an individual who is off of mains water, off of the public water supply, surprisingly common, you have no way of knowing how your water quality is doing, if it's being affected by any of these threats. And then on a governmental level, we find it incredibly difficult to pinpoint problems, such as this example is an overflowing septic tank. And we don't know about things like nitrates or phosphates getting into the water sources and affecting wildlife until it's too late. We can't monitor these things easily. So, for example, there are 500,000 septic tanks in Ireland. We're currently working through inspecting them at the rate of 1,000 a year. So it should be done in about 500 years. So government doesn't have the information it needs to make effective policy decisions or to fix problems. So this is our product. This is EcoPulse. It's quite small. It's as big as it would be. And how it works is it clips on very easily to a tap in much the same way you would clip on a hose extension. And it allows water to flow through at the bottom as well, so it doesn't interfere with normal tap usage. It has a suite of sensors inside that measure things like turbidity, that's the clarity of the water, the conductivity of it, and also the temperature. When we couple that information with other data like about the ground quality or about weather, we can infer a lot of things, essentially about the clarity and the cleanliness of your water. So that gets transmitted back to the consumer, the user, through a very, very simple app that gives them an at a glance information in real time about the quality of their water. They can also drill down and get more information if they're that paranoid type. There's also a little accessory here that clips on at the point of use. At the point of use on your tap and gives you a visual indication of water quality, so you don't have to check the app all the time. The information from all of the units is also collated and analysed and fed back to government so that they can make effective policy decisions and pinpoint problems. So this would likely be through GIS information, for example. So our cost of manufacture for our flagship model is probably going to be about $25, and it'll retail at just $69. Then our premium model, which we would hope to roll out in the future, would have a wider suite of sensors giving us finer grain information. And that would cost about $35 to manufacture and will retail for just $95. So our potential market, looking at that, in Ireland there's about 500,000 customers, 500,000 households potentially. There's 36 million in Europe, and there's another 26 million in the United States. And this gives us a total market share just in these three markets, and only of people not on public water systems, of 62.5 million customers. And not only are these 62.5 million customers, these are 62.5 million data sources, giving us yearly 8.3 trillion individual data points. So in our first year, we would hope to install about 7,000 units through pilots, through pilots and consumers. And then the second year would see growth. We would roll out our premium product. We'd see about 25,000 sales of that. And also we would start to bring in our data sales service to government and policymakers. Then by the third year, we should see that that has been rolled out entirely, that our data service is out and going. And we would also have business-to-business channels. So our app that communicates back to, dang, I was only at 4 minutes when I tried to. The app would also give you a solution as well as the problem, so to connect back to local business. Everything's great, awesome team, hooray. Sorry, she waved the sign at me. I really would like to thank an amazing team that we had. They were fantastic. So can I take your questions?
So as well as the device that you buy as a whole household, would you consider a model whereby this could be subsidised by a water provider?
Yes, absolutely. We were thinking about going forward how we could integrate into something like Irish Water's meters. And we wouldn't necessarily have a consumer device, but we might still have the app and also the data provision. This one is a retrofit over, this one is planned to go outside and on an outside tap. But there's no reason we couldn't have ones that are inline and far more unobtrusive, and they're more integrated into the plumbing.
What would you do as a user if you realise your water isn't as clear as...
The app provides suggestions of how you can fix this, so there's no point in telling you there's a problem if it doesn't offer a solution. So we would tie in with local businesses, so we might say something like, the clarity of your water isn't as good as it should be, consider installing a filter, here's where to find those locally.
Public water customer could be a customer as well?
Absolutely. Unfortunately, we know that the public water in Ireland isn't always of top quality. I don't know any other countries where cryptosporidium is a household word. So absolutely, the public water could use it too.